Welcome back to That's It. So, I'm furious, okay, because they have not talked about Sudiksha. Hopefully, I'm saying her name correctly because it took me a while. Kanachi. That they still haven't talked about her case and how long she's been missing. Like the Dominican Republic media, they're not saying one word because I've been checking regularly in the Dominican Republic media news. Nothing. They have said not an ounce, one word about her case, any follow up, and it's utterly disgusting. I know they can't really say much here because it's the United States and it happened here on American soil. However, she disappeared at the Rio Hotel Republica. Okay, I don't understand why the authorities of the Dominican Republic, Puta Canta, hopefully I'm saying that right, they're not doing their investigation. They're not following up. Like they're just staying crickets, mute. They're not talking about it. Why? They want it to go away because now the parents declare their daughter dead, that she accidentally drowned, and now they're just doing their bare minimum and they're not following up. Well, they need to follow up. And I don't understand why they're not doing it, okay? We will not rest. We will not stop until she is home, until her body is found. Because how long has it been? Like 4 weeks now? Her body has not been found yet. Isn't that crazy? Her body has not been found. It has not resurfaced on land, okay? Nothing. So that tells me that she is still alive and she was taken. And why the authorities are not taking it seriously in Dominican Republic? You know why? Because they want it to go away, you guys. They don't want this to be a spectacle. Because again, it's all about money. It's all about attractions. It's all about tourists coming there. You know, it's all about they just don't want the spectacle or the media. They don't want that. They don't want that public scrutiny because people are already saying or been knowing for a long time that it's a corrupt country. You know what I mean? It's very corrupt, so they don't want that bad press. Well, they should have bad press. And my thing is, why her friends are not speaking? Why her friends are not saying anything? They've grown. They're adults. And I know that probably their parents or their parents' lawyer is saying not to say one word, not to say anything. But my gosh, those are her friends. Her friends are missing. And not an utter word, not a statement. Don't you think that's odd, you guys? Don't you think that's really odd and strange that the 5 friends that were there with her during the spring break not even say anything, not even an utter word about her disappearance, how they're like sad. I don't understand. I know they're afraid because they're gonna get ridiculed, they're gonna get judged because they're gonna people are gonna say, well, how's it possible? How's it possible that you left your friend behind with a stranger? Like, how can you guys do that? And maybe they just don't want that. Maybe they don't want those questions to be asked of them. But you know what? You got to step up to the plate, ladies. You got to step up to the plate and own it. And, do a press release, do an interview, do something. For you not even making an ounce of statement, not even saying anything, it's just mind-boggling and utterly disgusting. And I just feel like, were you her friends? Did you even care about her? Did you even love her as a sister? For you not to even say anything, not for you to say a statement, how sad you are, how distraught that she's missing, and then you guys would do whatever you can to find her, to bring her home. Nothing. Not an other word. I'm sorry, okay? 21, 22 years old, I'm going to make a statement. Whether my parents like it or not, or whether what people say about me, I don't care. I'm going to say something about my friend. And for them to not to say anything is just mind-boggling to me. And I'm like saying to myself, they're not her friend. They were never her friends in the first place. They were never her friends in the first place. Because what kind of friends, their friends is their own friend is missing, and you don't say anything. You don't say anything about your missing friend. How sad, how distraught you are. What is it? Is that you just don't want to answer questions? You're afraid that you're going to get ridiculed and judged. Rightfully so, you are. You left your friend. You left your friend with a random stranger that you guys didn't even know. Then after that, you went to an excursion for 12 hours, and then you reported her missing. You didn't even check in her room to make sure she was okay. That's not normal. I'm sorry. That is not normal to me, okay? First of all, I would have never let my friend be with a random person at all, and vice versa. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if my friend if my friend wander off somewhere and then I didn't see her, I would damn check to see if she's in her room at least, or call the front desk or something. They didn't even do that. They just went on their merry way to the I can't even speak because I'm so upset. They went on this thing for 12 hours and then they called her excursion. Yeah, see, now when I'm not upset and I can speak properly, but when I get hot and upset, things just come out of my mouth that make no damn sense, because this doesn't make any sense to me, you guys. This doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, now I'm very, very, very disappointed that her friends, her five friends, did not speak, did not say anything, that did an interview. Are they waiting until 5 years later, 2 years later, a month later, until things die down? Then you're going to say something, which is very foolish. It's very foolish of you guys. And I'm just saying that you're grown, you're an adult, and you should say something. You should say something on behalf of your friend, your college student, your sister. Say something to the public. Yes, you're going to get backlash. That's just reality, okay? Because you left your friend. So you got to listen. You got to take it. You got to take it and face it face on. You just have to. So I'm just very disappointed at the five friends that didn't say anything. And then, like I said, and I stand by it. They were not her friends. Okay, those are not her friends. For them to leave her with a guy at the bar that she didn't know at the beach, that's number one. Number two, they didn't even check up on her the next day. They waited 12 hours after they finished their excursion, and then they reported her missing. That's just disgusting, okay? Not her friends at all. Those are bad friends. And who need friends like that? Who need friends like those? Shoot. I'm glad I have good friends, because first of all, they will never, ever, ever leave me with some random person. And vice versa, I will never leave my friends with a random person, ever, okay? You have to kill me first before you take my friend. Especially if we live in these days, I don't understand. That's the thing I don't get, you guys. I don't understand how young college students are. Like, this is 2025. I just don't understand how you can just look at someone and think, oh, they're not going to do anything to me because they're so kind. They're similar age as me. They're college students. Like, get serious, okay? Get real. That's it. I don't understand this. I don't understand this at all. Young girls are just too naive. You got to open your eyes and be smart, not dumb. You can't trust everyone. You can't be that naive and not trustworthy. You have to have common sense and open your eyes, especially if you're going to another country. I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic, purple, green, blue, yellow, don't care. Let me tell you something. When I go travel, and there's times I go travel by myself, I act like I have 5 people with me, okay? And I don't even tell them my room number, my hotel, none of that stuff, okay? I travel, I blend in. You feel me? I blend in like I own the place, okay? Like I've been traveling like I've been traveling never before. That's how I do it, okay? Now, will I ever go to a foreign country by myself? Probably not. I'll probably go with my family and my friends, but I will not go by myself. But I'd be smart. I've been to Vegas and other places by myself, but I'm not going to be reckless and stupid because I have common sense. And I know that I live in a world that people are crazy unhinged. People are not trustworthy. I'm sorry. And then for young college students to go to other countries for spring break or whatever, you have to be smart. You can't be dumb and foolish and naive that thinking that these young college students, young boys, are like nice guys. They don't. They only think about their pee-pee, and that's it, okay? I'm just telling the truth and being honest with you guys. Especially when there's alcohol involved, listen, things get carried away, things get messy when you drink too darn much, okay? So all I'm saying for young college students that decide to go to another country for spring break, please be smart, okay? Please don't let your friends behind. Please take them with you. And if they fight and push and shove, drag their hair back to the hotel. And if they get upset with you, let them get upset with you. At least they're alive to be upset with you. You understand? At least they're alive to be upset. I'd rather my friends be upset with me and not speak to me for a week, a month, or a year, but at least they're still alive. Because God forbid if something happened to them, that would be on my conscience. I don't think I would ever be the same again. Honestly, I will never ever be the same because I would say to myself, I could have done this, I could have done that, but it's too late. She's gone. And that's what the friends are thinking. They're probably thinking it. They're probably thinking right now, man, I shouldn't let her with that guy. I should have. What if I stay? What if, could have, should have? It's common sense. You never leave your friends behind. You go out together, you come back together. You don't leave no one behind, especially in a random country that you've never been before. Period. You just don't do that. You just don't do that. Anyway, now, the Dominican Republic media, okay, they're not talking about the case. They're not saying nothing. And we have to keep this case going. TikTok followers, I know that a lot of TikTok followers, they're still talking about it. They're still asking questions. And I have questions, which I should have asked to the Dominican Republic authorities. And I hope one of them are listening or someone's listening because we have questions and they need to be answered. So, question number one. What is the exact number of people been missing in the DR and not found? And Punta Cana. Hopefully I said it right. That's question number one. How many people? And I'm not talking about the tourists. I'm talking about the people that live in Dominican Republic, okay, that were missing but never been found. How many? Is there a number? Because we would like to know. I would like to know the number. Number two, how many people from the Rio Resort Republic got missing, died, and drugged? How many? Probably quite a few, and they're not saying anything. Again, that's a business-owned family hotel, okay, from Spain. Listen, they have a reputation. They don't want. I wouldn't put it past them that things happen in that resort. Okay, people have been missing, drugged, God knows what, and they all cover it up. Probably staff know, the bartender, a lot of people. And I would like to know that. That's question number two. Okay, how many people from Rio Resort Republic gone missing there, died, or drugged? I would like to know that. That's question number two. Question number three. What is the name of the security guard that was on duty? Because apparently there was supposed to be a security guard at that beach, so no one would go over there. And there should be like a tape around the beach that no one should be at the beach at a certain time because it gets pitch dark. What's the name of the security guard? Why he's not been questioned? And why he was not on his post securing the beach? I would like to know that. That's question number three. Or did he work that night or that day or whatever? Or didn't he? I would like to know that. Question number four. I would like to know the name of the bartender. Okay, the name of the bartender that talked to those two gentlemen that I showed you that video of. The two gentlemen. Why the authorities are not questioning that? Have they looked at the footage? That's the thing I don't understand. Have they looked at the footage? The footage looked suspect. It looked creepy, okay? The guy with the black cap, with the white t-shirt, had a cup in his hand, sniffed it, put it down. The other guy with the white t-shirt with the black hair turned around and spoke to one of Konanki's friends, okay? While she was a little bit drunk throwing up, and then Joshua was throwing up in the other area in the background. We were all focusing on those two, but we were not focusing on those two gentlemen, those two guys, okay? Then the same guy with the hat, the black cap, and the t-shirt, sniffed the cup again and put it down. Now, is it possible that one of them were drugged, or that drink was drugged by the bartender? Because I see that the bartender and they were getting, friendly and fist pumping and all that stuff. Why did not question the bartender? Why did not question those two men? If they're even still there, they're probably long gone by now, long gone. But still, face recognition, you can find anyone. Why they're not doing that? I'm telling you, they know something and they're not saying anything. They're trying to keep it hush hush. They're trying to have all this case go away. And even though I don't care what they say, oh, they're going to be investigating it, it's all a bunch of bullshit and a bunch of hosts. It's a host. They're not doing nothing. They're not investigating anything. They're trying to die it down so no one doesn't speak about it. And this girl is still out there. Her body still have not been found, you guys. Can you believe it? Her body still have not been found. So what is the Dominican Republic news media doing? What are they doing? Because I kept searching, looking every single day, and I have not found any updates about Konanki. Nothing. So what the hell are they doing? What are they doing to find this girl? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it makes me sick and it infuriates me that they're not doing anything. Which they know that girl did not drown. They know this. They know more and they're not saying anything. Again, whole corruption. It is. It's a corruption. It's all about money, power, and the people that you know, they can make things go away. They can make things go away. They can make the problems go away. The people that you know, the connections, the money, everything. And that's what's happening here, you guys. And that's sad. Because I'm telling you this, if this happened in the United States, they would have found her. They would have got every suspect in that footage, in that video. Okay? Just like what happened last year about that CEO guy, United Healthcare, who got shot in New York City. 1, 2, 3. They found the suspect. They didn't wait for months or weeks or whatever. They found him. Because New York don't play around. Especially they had so many footage and cameras in New York. I'm just saying, I know it's a different system, different, what I'm trying to say, law enforcement, because that's Dominican Republic, this is the United States, and like I said, they're not very that bright over there in Dominican Republic because they don't have the resources. They're not very bright, and also they don't really care. They don't really care because it's another. They're saying to themselves, another American student hooked up with this guy. She probably drowned, and that's it. That's it. And they're just doing the bare minimum. But if it was here in the United States, they would have found the person. They would have found her. They would have found the suspect. They would have been questioning everyone left and right. But since it's over there, they don't really care too much. That's why I'm telling you, I will never go there. Okay? I will never go to the Dominican Republic. God forbid if I was missing. God forbid if I was missing. They will never find me. They will say that I killed myself or I drowned. And I can't even swim. See? Cheryl can't swim, so she drowned. When probably I was taken or sex trafficking. Can you imagine? Just think about this. Can you imagine that she's out there, still alive, being drugged up, raped, sex trafficking left and right, possibly alive? And everyone turned their back on her. Everyone. The authorities in Dominican Republic. I'm not going to blame her parents because her parents been through enough. They probably told their parents to make that statement and say that she drowned. So I'm not going to blame the parents. I'm going to blame those people in Dominican Republic for forcing their parents to say that, because I believe if their authorities were more thorough and they were more invested in this, finding her, I don't believe that the parents will make a statement like that and declare their daughter dead. That's just my thoughts. Those are my opinions. I keep telling you guys, if this was me and my child, I would tell them to get the F out of my face. My child is not dead, okay? I will call every news reporter. I will raise hell in that country. What? I will raise hell. You have to kill me. You have to remove me from your country. That's why I say I will never go. I will never go over there because, God forbid, if my child was missing, forget it. Hell will break. Hell will break over. And God forbid if I was missing, they would never find me because they wouldn't care. You think they care about some Americans? You think they care about some American people? No, they do not. They only care about their money and their reputation and making, saying that the Dominican Republic is safe for people to travel. It's not safe. It's dangerous. Corruption. That's why I will never go. I'm sorry. Listen. And it's close to Haiti too. No bueno. No bueno. That's it. Not me. I'm sorry. I will never go. I will never. Capital Never. I will never go to the Dominican Republic. And it's sad. It's sad, because I heard little great things about it, but you know what? It just turned me off. It just turned me off at the authorities. It just turned me off that they don't really care about finding this 20-year-old college student who had her whole life ahead of her, a med student, and now no reporting on nothing. You can't find anything. The only thing that's keeping it alive is those TikTok influencers, which I'm so amazed, and they're amazing. Each and one of them, they're so amazing, just trying to keep this case alive. And anything that they can find, they're reporting it to authorities. Will that help? Probably not. I'm just going to be quietly honest with you. I don't think that it's going to help the authorities over there. They need to find like a black op or someone that's a different type of investigator that will really, really, really do their job and take the time and just try to find this girl. Yeah. And I hope someone do. I hope someone can do this, for free, for the sake of their parents, sake of her parents, pardon me, and really, do the investigation on the DL and really find out what really, really happened to her. And find out who those two guys are. Because they're the one who follow her and Joshua at the beach. Okay, they really did it, and it's in the footage too. So I don't understand why they're not investigating these two men if they're still there. Why they haven't done that from the get go? That's just mind boggling to me. That's just not good detective work. It's not, and I'm not even a detective, and that's common sense. Like if I was looking at the footage, I'm like, man, we got to question this person. We got to bring them in. They were just so focused on Josh, and I get it. He was the last person to see her. I get it. He was a person of interest. I get all that, but you can't just rule him out only, even though he was not a suspect and he was not arrested. But when things doesn't seem right and things look off, you got to look at all the spectrum. You got to look at all the possibility of what happened. And I feel, again, they're not equipped to this because if it was here in America, if you looked at that footage, they would have called these men out and interviewed them and questioned them and asked them, why did you smell that cup? Why did you put it down and why did you smell it again? I just wish that we could have heard auto footage. Not auto, yeah, the auto sound of it. I wish we did because I shared it with you guys. There was no auto sound. I just wish that we could have heard what they were saying when that gentleman with the black cap and a black t-shirt was speaking to that bartender. And I feel like the bartender had something to do with it too. That bartender probably put a roofie in both of their drink or drugged them or something. That's what I believe, and that's what I make. That's probably what happened here. That's probably what happened. But anyway, I would definitely keep you guys updated. Like I said, we should not stop talking about this. We should keep talking about this case. I know they want to stop talking about it. I know they want to stop doing their investigation, and they shouldn't, in my opinion. They shouldn't, and we just have to keep this story alive and just hopefully, by the grace of God, that they will find her. Because this is just crazy. Again, this is so similar of the case of Natalee Hollowell. It's so similar, and it just really freaks me out. It just really sad, especially with her mother, that they never found her body. You know, they never found her body, even though that guy confessed that he killed her, but they never found her body. And I feel like this is like history repeating itself with Tanashi, that her body still haven't been found. No one's not investigating. No one's not saying anything. Joshua is back in the States. You know what I mean? He's not saying anything to anyone. Her friends are not speaking or saying anything. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. And it's very sad. And the most people, are affected by this is the parents. The parents and the siblings. Because they will never ever see their daughter again. One. Two, they will never have answers to what really happened. They're only believing what the authorities are telling the parents, and then they're believing what they're saying because the parents think that they're very trustworthy and that they really care because they're doing, which is a bunch of bullshit. They don't really care. They're just saying all this stuff so they can just shut them up, and then for them to go back to the States and leave it alone, case closed. Even though they say they're going to keep the case open, which is all a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of talk. You know what I mean? It's all talk. And I don't buy it at all. It's a bunch of talk. And it's sad that these people manipulated the parents, and the parents were too trustworthy. Me, not so much, because I don't trust anyone. I only trust God, because He's the only man who don't lie or who tells the truth. Okay? I don't trust no authorities, especially in another country either. I don't. Here in the United States, maybe a little, but at least in the United States, their authorities, they do their jobs, thorough, and they want to get the truth. It all depends, because some cops are corrupt too. Not all of them, but some are. But anyway, I'm just saying they knew what they were doing. They knew that their parents are not very well educated, and they took advantage of that. But you best believe if it was a rich person, whether you're white, black, brown, whatever, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't get past that. If it was a rich person who has money and power and influence, listen, no. If it was a government's child or a Congress child or whoever, anyone that has money or someone that's hype or influencer, this would not fly. Let's be honest. This would not fly at all. That case would be open white on rice. Okay? I'm telling you. And it's sad. It's sad they took advantage of the parents and said this. But I'm going to definitely keep you guys updated in regards to this. Please keep your parents, keep keep her parents in your prayers. I'm going to continue praying for the parents as well, that we get some breaking news that they found the body, they found her. I hope they don't find her unalive, but I'm just hoping and praying. And we have to keep talking about this, guys. We got to keep talking about this and not let this case die down, because that's what the Dominican Republic wants to do. They want to kill it. They want it to be crickets, and we're not going to let that happen because this is unacceptable. It really is. And I don't give a damn how much money those people have or how much corruption that they've been doing for the last I don't know how many years. This is someone's child, okay? She did not deserve this. She did not deserve to be taken or sex trafficking or whatever. She was just a young college student who was having fun with her friends during the spring break. That's it. That's it. And this happened to her because her friends were very careless and let her go with a random guy. This all could have been prevented, honestly. This all could have been prevented if her friends were if her friends were smart about this. But there wasn't. So, like I said, I blame the friends, okay? I really do. And her friends should be taking accountability, and her friends should say something. Her friends should say something about this. And for her friends not to say anything or silent, they're just weak and pathetic. And I'm going to pray for them because they're not good friends. And I hope that Kanashi, what you call it? No, I'm not going to say that because, she's not dead. I believe she's still alive. But I hope they haunt the friends, because it's just disgusting. I hope they really have a guilty conscience that they can't sleep at night because of what they did. They left her. They left her high and dry. And now she's still nowhere to be found. So they should really think about that. They should really think about that. And next time, I hope this is a valuable lesson when they go away on a girls' trip or a spring break trip, that they don't leave none of their friends behind. I hope this is a valuable lesson to them, because now one of their friends, their college students, is missing, gone. And it's been how long? 4 weeks, I believe? Think about that. Just think about it. But anyway, whew, child, that's all I have to say about that. I'm just like so devastated about this. It's just it's so in shock to me that she still is missing. Her body still have not been found. But that's all I'm going to say about that, you guys. So I will definitely keep you updated and posted on this case. Thank you so much for watching. That's it. I really love you all. I really appreciate you subscribing, like, comment on this video. And I really appreciate you. I love you all. Take care and God bless. Bye.